Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Convention Tea. In our studio today, we have Alice straight from New York, and we're going to talk about Anime NYC. Anime NYC, it's an amazingly huge con out in Manhattan. I've always wanted to check out this con. And Alice, you've been checking out this con like since its inception. How long have you been going to Anime NYC?
Yeah, I mean, going to Anime NYC since the very beginning. Now, what year was that? Let me remember. I know it was before pandemic, obviously. No, it's been a while. The only time I didn't go was basically during pandemic, but it started in 2017. So yeah, I've been going since the very beginning of this con.
Wonderful. Yeah, I did New York Anime Festival like way back in 2009. That was a lot of fun, but it seems to me that this con really is kind of like Anime Expo of the East Coast. At least that's the vibes that I've been getting, seeing people coming back. Like, yeah, there was this Fate event, there was this premiere, there was this trailer premiere and stuff. So yeah, let's talk more about Anime NYC. But first, before we
Yeah,
get into that, let's talk about our sponsors. Convention Tea is brought to you by Yemax Sweater. Yemax Sweater is one of my favorite go-to places to get some cozy wear, to get some cardigans. Whether I want to go have a vintage look, pair it up with Lolita, or just stay cozy at home. You can use my code YEMAC-Dame Asable to get 40% off your order at yemacsweater.com. That is again code YEMAC-Dame Asable for 40% off. All right, before we get into things, if this is your first time tuning into Convention Tea, let's tell you about our group, Scarlet Rhapsody. Scarlet Rhapsody is a collective of convention histories all put together on our website, scarletrhapsody.com. You might call us convention lore keepers. So essentially, I started Scarlet Rhapsody when I was a student in university in my dorm room. I wanted to blog about, hey, I want to talk about conventions I've attended. I want to write about what I liked about conventions I attended. I wanted to share my photos, stories, and it's grown to be like this huge website, which is an archive of over 20 years of convention history, coast to coast. And I just love doing this. And we're very happy to have our East Coast representative, Alice, on our team to talk about some of the East Coast happenings. All right,
and
anime
I'm happy
and
to be here.
go say it again.
Oh, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So for Anime NYC, all right. So Alice, how big was Anime NYC this in 2022?
Yeah, so in 2022, it was really big. Like there were a lot of people there. It felt like pretty much a full house. They did enforce the masking policy, which made me feel safer. So when you go, they also did like the health checks. So in order to get into the con, you had to go and get a wristband. That basically they check your vaccine card. They give you the wristband, so you know that you've been vaccinated. And then like they've been enforcing you have to wear a mask inside. So like the only times people could take off their mask if they're actively drinking or if you're like distancing or taking a photo, like for photo shoots, that's fine. But like the big group meetup photo shoots, you have to wear a mask. And then like obviously the vendors and artist alley, et cetera, like walking around, going to panels, you have to wear a mask. And so I think MNYC as well, the cons are taking it pretty seriously. Like, I know in 2022, some conventions were not doing the mask policy anymore, may not be doing vaccine checks, but MNYC definitely cared a lot about health and they were taking a lot of precautions.
Yeah, that's wonderful that they were still like keeping that in force, especially with like such a crowded and such a cramped place like Manhattan, where everyone's just like just always interacting, and there's like no way of avoiding like that 6 feet social distance space. So that's great that they're still enforcing like masking policy, and plus, it being in November, you're also close to flu season too. So
Exactly.
yeah, good on them for like having a consistent masking policy, because when I went to Anime Expo this year, oh boy, that was not enforced at all, and like even security guards weren't even masking up.
Whoa,
I'm
really?
talking
That's in
about
Los
LAPD
Angeles.
here.
That's in Los Angeles, though. So it must have been like, it's a lot in LA. Like, there's a lot of people there, too. Somewhere in New York. It's not like, any different.
Yeah, LA Comic Con, when we were there, they didn't even have a masking policy or a vaccination policy. And Jay actually ended up getting COVID,
Oh,
even
wow.
when we took our precautions.
Yeah.
But that is great that there's still cons that are still enforcing this, because technically we're still in a pandemic, you know?
Hmm.
Hmm. But anywho,
Oh my god.
how many people were at Anime NYC? What would you estimate? Like, because anytime I look at photos, it feels like it's like 30,000, 40,000, like almost like Otakon Anime Boston sized.
Yeah, let me see. I mean, just look it up because I don't know how much I would estimate it. I'm bad at estimating numbers, but I think for attendees, I would say estimating probably around the same as you mentioned. But I just Googled it. It's actually bigger than that. In 2022, NYC had over 53,000 unique attendees.
Jeez, and
That's
y'all
actually
took
the
over.
biggest yet. The biggest yet.
Yeah, wow. And y'all took over the you used all of the Javits Center, did you?
Yeah, yeah, Javits Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 53,000 people at the Javits.
Nice, nice. I like the Javits because it has like that like sun like that clear like sun like paneling where you get some nice lighting in the convention center so you don't feel like you're always too enclosed in the building.
Yeah, honestly, it's beautiful. Like the space is beautiful.
Hmm. And plus you're like right by the seaside too, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I've been to the Javits.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like right by the water. So it's like walking distance if you want to like go to the water and stuff.
Yeah, awesome. And you mentioned that you commuted to the Javits, like you just took the MTA over. It's MTA, right?
Yeah, yeah. So actually, for this year, I didn't do that because I had that like emergency thing in my apartment with someone breaking in and stuff. So I ended up Ubering to Manhattan, and I stayed with my family friend, like who had a hotel, who's visiting from Boston.
Oh, nice.
So I had a hotel for that weekend just because I couldn't stay like in my own apartment because of the break-in situation.
Sure, you're sure. And you
So
definitely want to be safe too.
yeah, so it was like a stressful environment. I mean, what happened, but I feel like NYC was also a good distraction
Hmm.
because then it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so stressed out. But then like, okay, at MediCon, at least I'm in a safe-ish place. Like at least I'm with family fun, and it's like I'm at a hotel, and obviously it's fun because there's a lot of stuff going on. So that was good.
Totally. All right, let's all talk about all the stuff that's going on at Anime NYC 2022. All right, day one. I see we have the photo of you here with your press badge. What was it like getting into Anime NYC, stepping right in?
Yes, so stepping right into NYC, like I mentioned before, with the health check, it looked like a long line, so I was just a bit worried, but it actually moved pretty quickly. So we went like really early to get the health check situation done, and then after health check, we went to pick up badges. So press, they did have like a separate like press entrance. So for entering and exiting the con, they had like a main entrance for attendees, and they had like a different entrance for press, vendors, artists, guests, etc. And then that's all same. That entrance is all same one for like the one for like disability entrance, the one that's accessible. So they had like a separate one, which I thought was good because it's a bit more organized.
Oh, totally, totally. All
And then
right.
when you go in through that entrance, it's right near a Starbucks. So if you want to grab breakfast or coffee, they also have like a Starbucks right there on the premises that you can also do mobile order and order like on the Starbucks app to pick up. And then they also have a second Starbucks in a lower level, which is more in their food court area.
Yeah, I bet the lines for that was long.
Yeah, I mean, the lines were crazy as well. I was happy they had the app for mobile pickup because I could order from the app and just like come back, pick it up whenever it's ready.
That's nice too because some Starbucks at convention centers, like if they're like on another property, they don't have the mobile order option, but that's nice that they do.
Yeah, at NYC or the Javits Center, the one downstairs in the food court does not have the mobile order option, but the one on the ground, like street level floor, that one has the mobile order.
Awesome. All right. So after just getting our coffee, all right, what was the first thing we did on day one?
Yeah, so day one, went to explore the dealer's room, which is humongous.
I bet.
It was giant, and definitely like you were saying with MXO being a really big industry con. It's similar to Anime NYC. It's really big industry con. You have a lot of big players there, like Crunchyroll, Funimation. You've got Kinokuniya books, like a lot of like big vendors there, with a lot of really big booths, a lot of immersive booths with like photo ops and stuff, and like free samples or like marketing materials you can grab.
Yeah, I really like immersive booths because immersive booths seem to be like all the rage now because I noticed that at Anime Expo. So what were some of the immersive booths that were at Anime NYC?
Yeah, I mean, for MNYC, I really love this Mob Psycho 100, really cute booth, and you can go take a picture with Mob, and there's really cute props and stuff. So that was really cool, and then they gave you like art, like free, like a print basically, and that you can grab when you're done. And then they also had a really cool booth for Attack on Titan because Attack on Titan ended. So, and Hajime Isayama was a guest there. So they had this giant wall that was from the Kodansha booth. And it was like, share your AOT memories and message Isayama sensei on this wall. And then they had like sticky notes and pens. So you could like write a note to him. And it was cute because some people drew pictures, some people wrote like a note, some people wrote a complaint. Like different things were happening on the board. But you could go and see what everyone was saying. It was really
Totally.
fun to go and like read through them, what everyone wrote.
All right. What else did you see in the dealer's hall that was pretty amazing?
Yeah, another booth I really liked was this really big Evangelion booth. They had one that was like a collab with artists. So it was like an art book they published with Pixiv artists. So in case you're not familiar with Pixiv, what Pixiv is a Japanese website. It's similar to DeviantArt. It's basically like an art sharing website, but it's mostly Japanese artists. Also some international artists who are on there sharing art. But they published a book that was Evangelion with all these like most popular Pixiv artists, like for fan art.
Nice.
And they had like big, like blown up like pictures of the booth where you could go and see like the most popular art. Or you can buy a copy of the book if you wanted to get the book to bring home.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And then in the dealer's room, another thing that was cool is they had like an arcade. So the arcade's like in the dealer's room, like
Oh,
where you can play
nice.
video games and stuff.
Like, did you play any of the games there?
Yeah, I played Stepmania X,
Oh,
which is
how'd that
like
go for
DDR.
you?
Have you ever played?
I've it's been a while. I have friends who, in the ballroom dancing scene that are into Stepmania and like all the rhythm game stuff, but I've only listened to the soundtrack. How did you do on Stepmania?
I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, I got like 2 stars, which I guess is kind of average. It was like, I don't know, it says 57,000 points or something like that, but I don't really know how good that is compared to other people because some people were intense, and I was also on like an easy level. Like, I didn't do like the hard level, and Stepmania I think is harder than DDR because they have like another step. It's like not just the four.
Yeah,
They
I
have
know
like
they
five.
have all those different arrows and stuff on there.
Yeah, it's like more complicated, but I mean, it was fun though.
I
And the music was
bet.
good.
All right. So what else did you do on day one?
Oh, and also they had this really cute like Chinese like machine for cotton candy. It was something I'd never seen at NYC before.
Ooh, do tell more.
Yeah, so it's this cotton candy machine they had in the dealer's room, but also I think like outside in near main events hall, this NAR machine. They had a few of these machines throughout the con, but they're these really cute musical like cotton candy machines. So it's like a vending machine. You pay with your credit card to get cotton candy, but they make cotton candy art. So you can pick if you want a heart-shaped one, a flower-shaped one, like multicolor one, starry one, like different types. And then they play music while they make the cotton candy, and it's like a robot machine.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. I kind of want to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I can send you a video of it
Yeah,
later. I
sure.
recorded a video of it being made. It's
Mhm.
also really awkward though, because there's this really cheesy like video that plays while they're making the cotton candy. It's like this whole subplot. They have a few different storylines. So there's
Your
like one really dramatic
story?
one, this girl being mad at her boyfriend or whatever, and he's just like, I guess they're in a fight, and then in the video it's like a song playing, and then he like gets her the cotton candy, and then all of a sudden the relationship's magically fixed. It's like really funny. Like, okay,
Cotton
this cotton
candy
candy will
solves the world's
cure your relationship
problems.
problems.
Awesome. All right. So I have a photo of you here. It looks like you and a friend are looking at an art print that's very has a lot of boys love kind of vibes. Like, um,
Yeah,
yeah, do tell.
so this is in the artist alley. So we did peek into artist alley like after a dealer's room. And we didn't go through the whole artist alley, but it was really funny because I freaked out this booth. I'm like, oh my God, there's one of my OTPs. And then my friend actually didn't realize it was a real thing. Like she thought it was original art of just like, ooh, these are like gay daddies. I was like, oh my God, no, it's Hannibal. And she didn't realize it was like NBC Hannibal art. But it's like Hannibal and Will from NBC Hannibal. And this booth literally was like 90% Panagram, and then like 10% was like Jason by 13th. And as you know, I'm a big Slasher fan. So this is like my booth. It was great.
Nice.
So fun.
Hmm.
And I bought like a bunch of prints. Like what I'm holding in that picture is I bought like 8 of her prints.
Yeah, I like looking through artist alleys. Those are always fun. Like, were there any other like unique artist alley booths that you ran into?
Yeah, there was another booth that had really cool art style. Like it looked like painting style, like the way it was drawn was really pretty. And then I bought a print from her too, where I got one from Arcane, Caitlin and Buy One.
Ah, nice, nice.
Yeah. So that was my art shopping on Friday.
All right. Before we move on to day two, anything else you want to highlight from day one?
I think the only thing I should point about day one is the shortest day at NYC because the con itself actually didn't like open the doors until like 1:30 p.m. ish. So like you couldn't really go like earlier in the day. So actually, what happened was when me and my family friend went, we actually ended up going to the Nintendo store first, like earlier because it wasn't open yet when we were trying to go.
Mm,
So on Friday, it doesn't open in the morning. It's like in the afternoon.
gotcha, gotcha. I do like the Nintendo store. I haven't been there in like years, but I need to go back.
It was kind of funny because I feel like everyone who was there for NYC, if they came like on Thursday night or Friday morning because con wasn't open yet, like everyone was there. It was like a ton of cosplayers and people. You were like, I can tell everyone from NYC is here at the Nintendo store.
Nice.
Or Kinokuniya. There are a lot of people at Kinokuniya too, which
All
we
right,
went
I
to
do love
after.
their Kuniya out there too.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
all right, before we go into day two, yeah, Alice, tell us about your unique so code here.
Yes. So at Unique, so this is where I get all of my circle lenses, but also some of my regular contacts. There are a verified provider of a lot of Japanese and Korean brands of contact lenses. So you can get circle lenses, colored contacts, you can get dailies, AccuView, etc. You can use my code PEONY, so it's PEONY, to get 10% off your order. In addition to circle lenses, they also have wigs for cosplays and for fashion, makeup products from Korea and Japan, false lashes, etc. So you can really get like your whole look together just from shopping at Unique So.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to day two. All
Yeah,
right.
so day two. Day two is the biggest day of the con, of course, it's Saturday.
Yeah, you're representing Fate from what looks like here
Yeah,
on these photos.
it was a big Fate day on Saturday. 'Cause Saturday is when the Fate meetup was. It was when the Fate panel was. So a lot of Fate stuff going on.
All right, yeah. What was the first thing you did on day two?
Yeah, the first thing I did was we went to find the Fate meetup. So on the Fate meetup over at the con, it was interesting because they changed the location this year. So last year, this like meetups area where you have like the group photo shoots and meetups, they were in like the upper level, kind of near where there was the cosplay repair station. But like this year, the Fate meetup was actually like all the meetups, like the photo shoot meetups, they have a cosplay meetup area, and it's kind of like right in near the entrance, like near where I mentioned that Starbucks was on the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually feel like the feedback I have is that it wasn't really the best place for a meetup because it was kind of awkward. Because kind of when people try to get into con, get through security, and it's outside security. So we were late to the meetup because we got kind of confused. So I went into the con like through security, but then like I couldn't find it, and I found out that the meetup area was outside security.
Ugh.
So you had to go back out, and then because outside security, everyone's trying to get into security, so there's like a lot of foot traffic, and people kept like walking in front of the meetup, and they were like confused what's going on because it was kind of like right in front of security where they check your bags.
Yeah, that sounds like a hassle.
Yeah, so you had to like leave the con to go to the meetup, and then like have to go through security again, like have your
Ugh.
bags checked and stuff.
Yikes.
And so it was also kind of like in that heavy foot traffic area, you know, people coming in and out, trying to go to Starbucks and things. So I just felt like for the cosplay meetups, it wasn't the best location. The one before in 2021 or like before pandemic was a lot better because they used to have it inside the con, but on the upper level. But what they did instead is the upper level this past year was in the upper level had the cosplay repair station and they had like tabletop gaming and stuff.
Mm.
But like it used to be like that's where the meetups were.
Gotcha. All right.
I think it's just worried about the size, maybe. But because even if the size is big, though, it's kind of awkward because people are trying to get in and out, and you're also trying to have a meetup at the same time.
Oh, totally. Yeah. After the meetup, what else did you do?
Yeah, so then after a meetup, I went back into the dealer's room to explore some other booths I didn't get to go to because the dealers got a lot bigger than before. It's like
Ooh.
huge this year. So it was bigger. So I wanted to check out some other stuff. Like they had a really cute setup for Spike's family, and they actually had multiple ones. Like there was a booth that had like these like giant like life-size figures. There was another booth that had a whole immersive one. We can go and take pictures as if you were like there, like going into
Like in
their
the
house.
library? I mean, like in the living room? Because I remember seeing like there was a booth that like, had like the living room from the Forger's apartment.
Yeah, that was what it was. It was the same booth they had at New York Comic Con, actually. So New York Comic Con
Nice.
had that same booth, and they had it at NYC again.
Cool.
And then I wanted to go play more Stepmania, see if I did any better the day before, because I did Stepmania too, in the arcade era, which is cute. And then we also had a Fate photo shoot, like a private photo shoot, to get photos with Langshu. So that was also a fun photo shoot we did in like that main floor area with the good lighting, because it's all like the windows and stuff.
Yeah, I really like all those windows because they make great for lighting. And plus, since you're like wearing the racer versions as Saber and Tosaka, I mean getting that urban kind of like feel to it, just really like matches the vibe of your costumes.
Yeah, I agree. Like sometimes the vibe of the urban vibe doesn't really fit. If you're doing something like medieval themed, it might be kind of a bit awkward. Like, okay, let's pretend it's not like these windows and stuff. But definitely for like the racing, it fits really well. And then also if you go into vendors, a bunch of the booths like Senpai Squad and Beliza, they also have cars with the wraps. They actually have a Ren Tosaka car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I had to go and like take some pics with the Ren Tosaka car.
Oh, I love that. Like there was a Setsuna Yuki car at Anime Los Angeles. Like I need a photo with a Setsuna Yuki car, and I also had my Nessa Berry with me. It's like I need my Nessa Berry, my cosplay with the Setsuna Yuki car. I love it when I see like all the Atasha cars out there.
Yeah, it's so cool. There's so many amazing wrapped cars.
All
And
right.
then in the evening, I went to the Fate panel and special events hall.
Yeah. How did the special event go? Tell us about
It
the
was
Fate
so
panel.
fun. So the voice actress for Saber was there as a guest.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, she does show up at
Yeah.
Anime Expo from time to time. I know like one of her dream places to visit here in the U.S. is Disneyland. Like, hey, there's an Excalibur sword over there. But yeah, tell us how the panel went.
I mean, it was so much fun. So they basically interviewed her and stuff, and she's like so into the fandom. It's really cute. Like she talks about how she loved like going to events, seeing all the cosplayers and people who really love Fate. And then they also talked about different new developments from Fate Grand Order, but also like from their company. So they have like another, I guess, like visual novel game that's coming out. Like it's not Fate, but like in the same universe. Like the Type Moon stuff.
Yeah, it's
They talk about
referred to as the
updates and
Nasuvert. There's like a lot of different things that cross over. If you're familiar with Tsukihime, or
Yeah.
what was the other one? I know you also like this one too. I want to say it's called Garden of Sinners. Yes.
Oh, that's one that I think they mentioned that at the panel, but I don't think I'm like into garden centers, but that's like an event they were mentioning or a thing that they're mentioning.
Gotcha. I love Garden of
Yeah.
Sinners. That's one of my favorites
Cool.
from them. I love the dark, like, horror, investigative. It's
Yeah.
kind of like supernatural,
Oh, I
but
should out then. I feel like horror stuff too. That's awesome.
it's amazing. I know it's streaming on. Last time I checked, it's streaming on Prime, and the same people who did like the ending music for Madoka does music for them too. So like, I just love how that vibe just really Calafina. Yeah, it just really fits into that vibe of Garden of Sinners.
Cool.
But yeah, did they say which events that they've announced? Like anything else you got out of it?
Yeah, so they also had Kano Yoshiki there, who is the second director. He's like part of the company too, and then Shizuki Kurosaki, and she's the Aniplex producer. So they also talked about other updates too, like for the anime, like new anime coming out, and then they also talked about they showed like previews and things about the game too, like for Fate Grand Order, like a new event that was coming out. So they were showing like on the game where you could get like special like character in the event and how you can scout. And so what was interesting too is I remembered, I don't know if you remember Anime NYC 2018, but the last time we were talking about it, but Anime 2018, I went to a Fate panel too. But that time when I went, I didn't get into Fate yet, because I actually got into Fate in 2019. Like I got into it late.
No.
And so this was the first Fate panel I went to where I actually was into Fate. So I was just remembering, wow, I remember in 2018 I went, I had no idea what was going on. But like the 2018 one was when they showed the preview of Heaven's Feel, and they had the English class there, and they had the live performance and MA performing. So it's kind of cool, because I was like, this is the first time going to a Fate panel where I actually know what's going on.
Awesome. Yeah, I find it funny that you mentioned you feel bad like getting to Fate late. I knew of Fate, believe it or not, since like almost like 2004, 2005, back when it was porn.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, back when it was just a visual novel of like a Tosaka and Saber just getting it on. But anywho.
Wait, what? I did not know about this.
I will show you the ways, my child. I will show you the ways.
Oh
But
my gosh,
anyway,
so that
and then
sounds like
from
a
that,
TikTok.
and then it came the anime series, which was like, which I couldn't get into the anime series, but I owned the DVDs because they were like at like a discounted price. I didn't get
Mhm,
into Fate until like Volk started like releasing like the Dolphies. And
mhm.
when it comes to Type Moon, I got into Tsukihime first because of my friends. And then,
Yeah,
yeah, I got into Tsukihime first. And then I got into Fate through the dolls because, like, oh, hey, I like this Rin Tosaka doll. I like this Saber doll because a friend of mine in Chicago had, like, the Fate dolls. And I'm like, I really like Tosaka. I want to get to know her more. And then my friend was telling me about Fate and, like, okay, I kind of want to get into this. And then I happened to date, like, one of the biggest Type Moon nerds in the world. In fact, he actually is a poster child for Tsukihime. There's actually a meme going around. This is what Tsukihime fans look like. And it's literally a picture of Jay holding a Arquade plush. And I just, one of my first cosplays was Tosaka in her school uniform. And this was back in 2012. And I thought I
oh
got
wow.
into Fate late. And I'm just really happy that Fate is like really popular now, and I'm really happy that you mentioned that they were creating a new anime. That anime is actually written by the same person who wrote Baccano.
Yeah, no, that's what they mentioned in the panel. I love Bakugo, so I'm like super excited.
And then Jay and I, as being like huge Fate nerds as we are, we never thought
Mhm.
that that visual novel would get animated, but here we are today. I'm actually pretty hyped for it.
I know it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited.
But yeah, I will show you the ways.
Yes, yeah, I did not know about the like not safe for work situation. I mean, that's not why there's like a lot of like sexy costumes for Fate. I wasn't sure if that was just like fan made or.
Oh yeah, Saber and Tosaka in the original visual novel. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, so it's like some Yuri stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, I will show you the ways. Family friendly show. Family friendly
Okay, we'll
show.
talk about it after the convention then.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, Fate panel. Like anything else you want to mention from the Fate panel?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up. It was just really cool seeing like all these Fate fans gathering together. It was a full house. Like everyone was there. Yeah, so they had like it was basically. Oh, another thing I want to mention too is panels because there were a lot of lines in the previous years. So what they did in 2022 to try to avoid so many lines is you like entered lotteries for panels.
Oh, what is this, Disneyland?
Yeah,
What?
no. Well, as you know, my first time Disneyland was with you before NYC, so I'm not too familiar with the Disneyland situation. But basically, what happened at NYC is you entered lotteries online, and then they would like email you if you got into a panel. But then if you didn't, then you didn't get in, basically, because so you don't have to like wait in lines forever, get a panel, and not even get in.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
Especially if
I
there's a
did. That's
panel
why I
you
didn't
really
go to
want to
that many
see.
panels because I
Hmm.
entered lotteries for them, and
Hmm.
even though I was press, you still had to enter a lottery as a member of press.
The
So like
funk.
the only one that I like got into was like that Fate panel, and then I also got into this concert after party thing that they also like let me go. Like, so you had to like go email them and or go enter on the website.
Oh wow. Ugh.
So press people had to do it too. Like everyone had to do it.
Yeah, that just sounds like a pain, especially if there's like something you want to cover. But I'm happy you got to go to the Fate panel, and you mentioned
Yeah,
that you
no,
went to a
I'm happy. And honestly, that's the one I most wanted to go to anyway. So like, I'm
sure.
fine. I didn't get to go to the other one.
Yeah, so you mentioned you went to a concert afterwards. How did that go?
Yeah. So the concert afterwards was the one that they had. It was like the official after party that was done by Crunchyroll sponsored it. And so actually they had a lot of great DJs there, like Teddy Lloyd. Teddy Lloyd was DJing the party.
Yeah, I love Teddy Lloyd.
Yeah, no, so he was DJing it. It was so cool. So we got to see him, and there were some other DJs doing it also, but like the headline was like Teddy Lloyd. So that was really fun. It was in Terminal 5, which is a really cool venue. It just wasn't like walking distance from Javits, so you did have to Uber there or take the subway there.
Mm.
But Terminal 5 is a really nice venue. Like a lot of concerts take place there. Like I've been there a few times for other concerts, like for Sydney and Amberleo and stuff. So it's a really nice venue.
I bet. Yeah, and
And
here's
then,
we had the photo of the Teddy Lloyd event here.
yeah, so you can see there Teddy Lloyd. And then at NYC, because it's in New York City, there are a lot of after parties. So if parties are your scenes, even if you don't get into like the official one that they have with the lottery system, you can also find other ones that are ticketed that you can get tickets for separately. Like there was something else going on that night at Sour Mouse,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's like more downtown, like Delancey and that area. But that one is another like after party you could go to. And one of my friends is DJing there, and then like there's other ones too happening. Like I know Sonic Boombox usually does something too during like different cons in New York, like New York Comic Con and NYC. So if you're a type of person who likes parties, you can definitely find things to do after the con's over. Because NYC isn't, you know how hotel cons they usually have stuff going on all the time, like late night.
Yeah, totally.
So NYC is not one of those. Like everything ends like at a certain time. So like for NYC hours, I can't remember the exact hours. Let me double check. Yeah, so it ends at 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh,
Officially.
wow.
Yep, and then Sunday it ends at 4 p.m. So yeah, it's like there's nothing happening later. Just no like late night panels. There's none of that. There's no 18 plus panels.
Mm. Yeah, I bet it's like probably like much more expensive to like rent out more during after hours, but like
Yeah.
I'm not really much of an offsite after party person. I just usually like I'll just go to my hotel and chill, or I'll just hit
Mhm.
up Juan Valdez and just grab coffee with friends, or if there's like a pizza place,
Yeah.
like well, no, I'm on
Okay.
pizza.
Nice dinner.
Yeah, dinner time. And plus, you're in NYC. I bet there's a ton of restaurants like just check
Exactly.
out. Hmm.
But if parties are not your scene, like afterwards, after 7 p.m., you want to still do stuff. Like definitely go like check out your favorite restaurants. You know, just museums if you're visiting from out of state. You've never been a lot of museums. Actually, I don't know if museums are open late though. So I guess restaurants are probably the only thing, or like Central Park is probably still open.
Not sure if I want to go Central Park at night though.
Oh, that's true. That's kind of sketchy and it's cold.
Hmm.
Like November. But yeah, I guess there's not that many options besides restaurants after the con. But yeah, restaurants are after parties basically, or chill at your hotel.
Mm. All right, I'm just going through a few more photos of day two right here.
Yep.
Okay. Just photo of you and your friends, like just kind of like just out and about. I see one of your friends is cosplaying from Genshin.
Oh yes, yes. This is over. This is at the Sour Mouse one, the other after party that my friend was DJing at.
Nice, nice.
Yep. So it went from basically from Hudson Yards, where the office is, to Terminal 5, and then to Delancey. So we were all around Manhattan.
Wow, that is amazing. I wish I had that kind of energy. It's like, I'll just go grab coffee or somewhere and I'll
Yeah,
take a
I mean,
nap in
sometimes
my
they're weird to
hotel.
me. I went back to the hotel. I was like, I'm tired. I'm going back. But like, some people were still there, like really late. I was like, oh my gosh, I need sleep.
All right. So, before we go into Sunday, let's talk about Yes Style.
Yes. So YesStyle is an amazing retailer site that has tons of great fashion and beauty and home goods, like anything you can find that you want. That's a lot of stuff that's Japanese inspired or from Japan or Korean inspired or actually like from Korean brands and Chinese brands. That's all like Asian fashion and beauty. So you can use my code 3PEARLS, as you hear 3PEARLS, to get a discount off your order. And this code can be layered on top of any sales are going on at the time. Like you can see there, they always have clearance sales going on. We can get up to 80% off, so you can get an additional discount with my code. But that's where I got a lot of my fashion stuff. Some of it's Lollyable. They have really cute blouses there. They also have stuff that's K-pop inspired. And then they have a lot of great Korean beauty products and Japanese beauty products like to get. So this is really great to get your skincare routine on point, but also really cute home goods too. Like they have really cute dishware, cookware, stuff for your home, like these magnetic hooks that I have that look like cats with their tails and the tail's the hook. It's so cute. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff they have at YesStyle and really good deals.
Yeah, I seem like there's a couple wigs I want from here, so I will be definitely using your code in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever you need, check out YesStyle. They also have free shipping too.
Yay, free shipping. That's always a plus.
Yep. Spend $59 and get free express shipping. So not even regular, express for free.
All right, prepare for trouble. We're on day three.
Yes, prepare for trouble. Team Rocket. So me and my friend Nana cosplayed as Jesse and James from Team Rocket
Your
on
costumes look
day
so
three.
cute.
So
I love it. Jay
I
cosplays as
know.
Giovanni, and I cosplay as Persian.
Amazing. I love Persian. No, I love your Persian cosplay. I've seen the pictures. It'd be great to see in person sometime.
Yeah, let me just see if I could just squeeze into my Persian cosplay, but I am working on a new Persian cosplay too.
Oh,
And Jay's
cool. I
also
can't wait.
working on a new Giovanni.
Amazing. But yeah, Team Rocket, my favorite villain, honestly. I love Team Rocket. I feel like they have much queer vibes. Like, I love them. And so yeah, day three was really fun. So what we did was, first thing on day three was we had a photo shoot with Angshu. So we did that Team Rocket photo shoot, and we were same area basically where I did the Fate photo shoot. So in that lobby area, a lot of glass windows. And then we wanted to go into the dealer's room and then find all the things we didn't find because, like I mentioned before, the dealer's room is so big. If you spend all day there, I don't even know if you can see everything. Like, to be perfectly honest, that's how
Yeah,
big
I'm
it
like
is.
looking at these photos here of just like even more of the immersive like photo zones in the dealer's hall. Like time I got reincarnated as a slime, you got Chainsaw Man, and it looks like you also visit the Mob Psycho booth again.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to do it again because my friend didn't do it yet. So I was like, yeah, we can go Mob Psycho again. Never too much mob, right?
I still need to see Mob Psycho. I saw a skit of it at Anime Boston and like, whoa, this is like the most insane thing ever. I need to check this out, but there's so many like awesome anime that's out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mob Psycho, I've only seen season one, so I haven't seen the other season, but it's really good. It's very cute. It's very like much a wholesome like anime about, a psychic um named Mob, and it's very sweet.
Yeah, and just watching that one skit from Anime Boston that got Best of Show, like, and all the insanity that just kind of comes from being
Yeah.
a everyday schoolboy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
and I also have to go to Bushi Road to go look at Love Live babies too, is what I did that day, which I didn't see in the previous days. I went to Bushi Road on Sunday.
it's just kind of sad, like, how Love Live is just kind of like just teetering off. Like, I know you and I were into, were are, even to a certain extent, still into Love Live for out of nostalgia. Like, I'm literally working on Yohane right now, and I think it's just the fandom's just kind of like just
Yeah,
holding on to like its final threads here. But like, yeah, still a fan for life.
I know. I'm still gonna cosplay Love Live in the future. I still have some stuff I want to cosplay again, or stuff like one cosplay I want to do that I haven't done yet. So actually, the one that I want to do I haven't done yet. If you want to do it with me, I really want to do Seven Lucky Gods Maki.
Yes, I want to do that.
If you want Gods Nico, it'd be perfect.
I've been meaning to cosplay as Nico again because Nico's my first ever
Yeah,
best girl.
yeah. Let me know if you want to do Seven Lucky Gods because that one I love because they look like Chinese goddesses with those outfits.
Yeah, and you and I, we still got to do Ruby and Daya
Yeah, I know we do. We still need to do
eventually.
that. Oh,
But
I
we got
want to do
distracted by Genshin.
the Ruby one I want to do. I haven't done yet. Is I want to do Ruby the panda one, the really cute like Chinese New Year panda one.
Yeah, I saw the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, this and that.
Yeah, I
And I
want to do
also
the
like the
panda.
waitress like Chong Sam outfits.
Yeah, we should do that together.
Yeah, we totally should. But yeah, and like oh yeah, by the way, I also got my Beidou cosplay, so you can be my Ningguang again.
Oh yeah, I'd love
And
to.
you could
That'd
be
be so
my
fun.
BGO mommy and I could be pirate mommy.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and here
And
we
then
also have an Attack on Titan like immersive experience, I assume.
yes, the Attack on Titan one was so cute. You get to like go into the basement.
What's in the
Spoiler
basement?
alert! I guess if you didn't know, you got to see the basement. But
hmm
like, yeah, we get to go into the basement.
Yeah, like after reading like the first like arc of the manga, it's like, what's in the basement?
I know. This is the basement, guys. And NYC, you get to go to the basement and investigate, and it's really cute. And then you get a little postcard to bring home
Oh,
that
that's so
has like a
cool.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I really like how booths are like doing all these immersive photo ops.
yeah. It's really cute.
hmm
It reminded me actually when I went to Los Angeles to the Grove, they had that really immersive Netflix store.
Yeah, still need to check that place out. All
The
right.
Netflix store. is cool.
hmm All right.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, what I also did is went to Artist Alley and was like a psycho running around trying to see if there's my Dino A stuff.
hmm And did you
I did
find any
not find any,
Dino Noe stuff?
but
Did you find
I know
anything?
I tried.
Oh,
Couldn't find it, but I did find another rare fandom.
which one?
Um, Even though I couldn't find Dino Ace, I found Sayuki art.
Oh wow, that takes me back.
Yeah, I know. So I bought the Sayuki. It was like a double-sided like charm thing, like acrylic charm, and then I bought it as a Christmas present for my friend Laura, who's obsessed with Sayuki, because that's also a fandom hard to find. You know what I mean?
hmm
So I saw it and I bought it, and like I'm assuming she doesn't have it, and I texted, and then Laura's like, yeah, I don't have it. Oh my god, where did you find this? And I was like, oh my god, yeah. And then I found they were helping my friend at their vendor's booth, so I went and find them later, give them their early Christmas present, because like Anime NYC is like right before Thanksgiving,
Right, right.
around holiday season. Oh, and
hmm
another thing that I saw on Sunday at Anime NYC is the Gundam Expo USA 2022 was at Anime NYC.
Oh, nice. Did you get a chance to take a look at it?
Yeah, it was huge. Like they had all these people competing, like building Gundams and stuff, and like they have people talking and they're live streaming some stuff from Japan, I think, too.
Whoa.
But so it's like our Gundam begins and like big Gundam, like huge area of the vendors hall was the Gundam Expo USA.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I could have been there to see
It's not
that just as a
a
Gundam nerd. But yeah, I will find a way to get you into Gundam.
Yeah. No, not into Gundam yet. I just like think it's cool when people are building it and stuff. And
Hmm.
I've seen the old anime, like the original one from forever ago. I think the one from the 80s.
70s and 80s.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I've seen the old one, like 70s, 80s, but I haven't seen any of the newer stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then they start kicking people out because it was like 4 p.m. and
Get out.
you all got.
Excuse me, that was rude. Please get out.
Yep. Then it was over.
Hmm. All right. Final thoughts on Anime NYC
Yeah.
2022.
So, final thoughts. NYC is a great con if you're an anime fan. Like, I highly recommend it. It's a great con to go if you want to get industry updates, a lot of great events. And then it's pretty big, but also what I recommend is before you do have to do some planning, especially because next year, I'm not sure if they're doing a lottery system again, but either way, it's going to be either lottery system, enter when it opens to get, your chances in there so it doesn't like fill up. But then also if it doesn't have lottery system, do expect there to be lines, especially for things like food at the con. If you're getting food at the con, there's always huge lines.
Yeah, not
Um,
surprised.
yeah, so top tips are either do it outside the con before you get there or after a con when you leave, or, order ahead on the Starbucks app. They'll save you a ton of time.
Awesome. Anything else about Anime NYC you want to leave with us?
No, that's it. I think that if you want to see anime, definitely check out the con. Hope to see you there. It's definitely like I think my home con, like this is a con that I definitely want to go to every year if possible.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Alice, for being on the show. We're looking forward to your CatsaCon 2023 coverage. And remember, the convention is what you make of it, so make it a good one. And this has been another episode of Convention Tea with Scarlett and Alice.